Hopefully y'all can hear me. Before we actually start, just want to say that it was in the afternoon and I had my fan on, so it might be muffled a little bit in some of the audio. I did not bring my microphone with me home, so I was recording on my phone, and there was a fan behind me, so that's the reason why it's so muffled. But now I have my air conditioning on, so oh well. I'm not gonna be professional. I'm way too lazy to actually record many takes and then edit them out. So this is gonna be very, very minimum with barely anything, and I'm just gonna record it one time, I guess. Maybe I'm not born to be a YouTuber. Like, how do y'all just sit down and be like, I don't know, give an intro? And it's not really 2016 anymore. I can be like, yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back another video. Like, it's been 5 years. Is that the right math? No. It's been 7 years. Yeah, it's been 7 years. Anyways, so, like the title said, I have graduated from Valley. For those who know me, you know me. For those who don't, my name is Jack. I don't know if that light is too bright. I don't know. But I don't care either. For those who don't know me, I'm Jack. I just graduated from Valley Christian School. I'm class of 2023, which is kind of obvious, but if you watch this like 2 years from now, you probably don't know what year I graduated from, so who knows. Anyways, let me just record real quick. I think it's recording. I don't know. But I just made this yesterday. Literally, this just popped into my head like at 12 a.m. I was like, it'll be very funny to like rank all my classes that I took at Valley Christian, because I doubt that anyone has done it before. I have not seen anyone do it before, so why not? So, classes at Valley Christian School. For funsies. Valley, please do not report my account. This is just for fun. I am not throwing any shades. I am not reporting you whatsoever. So, do not report my account. I'm looking at you, Dr. Should I say people names? Nah. Dr. D. There we go. Anyways, first category we have.
Not girl. I think you dropped something. My jaw.
I forgot what cartoon it's from, but it was like in my childhood, and that line has always been iconic to me, so it's obviously first place. Second is
my man. Thank you to my man.
It's that one TikTok audio that has been going on for too long. I have to say too long. Third one, light work, no reaction. Self-explanatory. It's light work, there's no reaction. The class mid, there's barely any work, or you do have to put some work, but it's not that bad. But yeah, learn to pray my way through class. Also another pretty obvious one. And bombastic side-eye. This is a class I hated the most. I cannot stand it. The teacher was not it, and I will not take this class again if I am ever back in high school. Okay, down to the second slide, we have all of our classes from 9th grade to 12th grade, or freshman to senior year. Freshmen are in blue. Sophomore is in, I don't even know what color that is. Pink? Something like that. Why is my mind blanking? I just woke up right now. Oh, green is junior, and then yellow is senior year. Why did I pick this color? I don't know. I did all of this at 12 a.m. I have no idea what I'm doing, so. Anyway, let's get into it. So, Algebra 2. Oh, before we go, this is a very, very biased ranking. I am not ranking this on an unbiased level because the school has been interesting, but all of these classes have influenced me in some way. Some of them is like really positive, and then a few of them is really negative. We'll get into that. But yeah, and then some classes could be influenced by the previous class, so the ranking might be very biased. But yeah. Anyways, starting with the first one, Algebra 2. Mrs. S, she is amazing. Like, I know some people don't like her, but most people do. Like, she's good at teaching. She like drops a lot of like personal life into her lesson, and it's really funny to listen because you study math at like what, 8 in the morning. I think with the new schedule now, it's 8 in the morning, and like who wants to study math at 8 in the morning? So by dropping that personal story, I really liked her, and she has always like helped me after school. So like, the more, you know. Anyways, it was a very easy class too. Like, I passed it with like, I think a 99. It's not 100, but it's a 99, I think. I can look up my report later, but it's a 99.
You did pass it with a 99, so just shut up and continue.
Very short. So, algebra is going to be in Snap Girl. I think he dropped something, my job. Obviously. Next, Christianity and Leadership. This is the Bible class, so if you're not a Christian person, then you probably don't like it. But I'm not really a Christian person, but I like the teacher, Mrs. L. She's funny. Some people say they don't like her, but I don't really see why they don't. I guess sometimes her jokes can be kind of like off, and it's very cancelable. But yeah, ranking this into third. Light work, no reaction. Next, biology. This varies for most people because during my year, I have but then most of my friends has the other teacher. But then the other teacher is very, very mean. Like, she doesn't teach at all. She read off her slides a lot, and you have to like basically self-study on your own. And the book was not really that helpful, in my opinion. Like, I usually come to Dr. Oh, is there a name? And you know what? I don't think does she still work here? I don't know. Oh, Mrs. O. I remember her name now. It's also Mrs. S. I don't like her either. I don't have her class, but I walked by my friend's class a lot, and I don't really like her. So, but yeah, Dr. N. Dr. N. Yeah, her office hours were really nice. And then we switched to online school because of COVID. But then she was still really nice in her office hours. So, but then I did not really. This is not my favorite class. So, light work, no reaction. Conservatory Chorus. Mr. U, he is the best. If you ask my previous friends who has Mr. U for choir, oh, that's choir by the way. Conservatory Chorus is choir. But if you ask my previous friend or my current friend who is in Conservatory Chorus, they would say Mr. U is amazing. He is good at teaching. His personal life story is very depressing, but yet he is still a very kind person. Like, I think his wife, something happened to his wife, but it's very like jaw-dropping because he just casually spilled it at like 8:30 in the morning, and I was like, but yeah, what else? Oh yeah, he gives like a lot of like free time, like an insanely large amount of free time. Like, we'd be singing for a little or like a lot that day, and then he'd be like, okay, we have like 30 minutes left of class. You guys can like work on your homework or stuff. And I really appreciate that because Algebra 2 from Mrs. S, we have a lot of homework, like a lot. And I was basically helping my friends in that class because, well, some of them were like sophomore or junior, but then they were also in my class when I was a freshman. So I didn't really mind helping them because I understood the material. So, but yeah, good class overall. I would definitely take this class again. 10 out of 10. Snap girl. Okay, English 9. Mrs. E, she is so sweet. Like, I love her so much. I was really scared going to this class because it's my first year studying abroad. So I don't know if people will like judge my English or, I don't know, give me some eyes because I have an accent and I'm not really a native speaker, so it's all going to that. And Mrs. Earp didn't like show any like differences. Like she doesn't really care, basically. And she talks to me a lot after class. Like before we go into class, she's always like walking with like a really big smile. She has a really loud voice too, but I didn't mind that. And then after class, she always like stay back to talk with the student, or if there's no one, she just move on to another class. But it's a good class. The workload is not that bad. I heard English 9 honors is worse when it comes to workload. But I look at my friend's workload that year and it's not that bad. So I don't know what people are complaining about. But yeah, this class is also a snap girl. Because ain't no way it is not. Okay, intro to engineering design. I have, what's his name? Mr. S? There's a lot of S in this school, I just realized. I have Mr. S. I believe he quit like my sophomore year, but then he taught me intro to engineering design and it was a really fun class. Like I actually learned a lot about like engineering, like the basics of engineering, and we also get to play Minecraft to practice our like structural design and just like coordinates, and also like how knows how to like plug in codes and also like program something. We also did like a robot programming homework, which I struggle so much. Like you don't understand how much I struggle. I like spend, I don't know, 3 hours on just like making a robot move in somewhat direction with a maximum of like amount of like codes I can do. So yeah, this class, it was not my favorite, but it was good, and the teacher makes it really easy. So yeah, my man, thank you to my man. Really thank him because I think I was the last class that he taught before he left. So I'm just gonna go with this before. Lifetime fitness. I don't like sports. I absolutely despise PE. Hated it. Never loved it. The teacher made it worse. But I make a lot of friends in that class. Actually, that's a lot. I make a few friends in that class. The only friends that I really still connect with after that class is Nico and Matthew. But that's basically it. And the teacher always yelled at us for like not really putting effort into it. But like, come on, it's 7:40 in the morning and you expect us to run 2 laps around the football field? No. So therefore, bombastic side eye. Mr. S. Another S. Anyways. AEBF. AEBF. This is a class for international students. Before, it was called language skills, but then a lot of us international students, including myself, feel like we were, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but we were like reduced to a certain amount level. Like they treat us like we're in 5th grade. Like a lot of textbook, and there was like having basic questions, and we were asking each other like, "Hello, what's your favorite color?" Meanwhile, we literally haven't took like an English proficiency exam to go into the school. So I don't know why I have to like, you know, actually do this class. It was so pointless. Like I could just took another elective. Like why do I have to take this class? But the teacher was nice. The teacher was nice. But yeah. I didn't really pray my way to this class. I have a 99 at the end of the year. So pumasok tayo. Okay. Sophomore year. This year was interesting because it was online and absolutely everyone was cheating. Like, there is no way no one was cheating. Anyways, Chem Honors. That class was a good class. To be frank, I do not remember all that I learned, but I remember some. And I still love Dr. S. Like, she was amazing. I know some of y'all who like take AP Chem or took AP Chem will love her, hopefully. I don't know. I know a lot of people like her, but some people don't. So, but yeah, she's really good for someone in her field. Like she actually explains stuff clearly. Like I was not really confused. I was just a dumb guy who does not like chem. I'm more of a physics person, so. But yeah, it's not too much of a bad class, but it's not too easy. So, and my man, thank you to my man. Next up, English 10 honors. I hated this class. I have Dr. B, and it was also the first class in the morning that I take. Our schedule is different for sophomore year, where it's 45 minutes or an hour instead of like 85 minutes for a normal class in person. So I have to sit through an hour of class with this guy who starts the class with, "What's the meaning of life? How do words play into our life and our soul?" And I'm like, "Boy, just get straight to the lesson. Just get straight to the lesson. I do not care." Like, it is 8 or 7:40. I don't know. But it's very early. And I cannot deal with this. I don't know how my friend liked it. A lot of my friends liked Dr. B, but I did not. So, I'm just gonna say I did pray my way to this class because every time you start talking philosophical, I'm just gonna put my hands together and bow my head. Anyways, history music. Mrs. G. Mrs. G, she is gold. Like, you cannot tell me someone who does not like her. Like, she is amazing. She is super sweet. Like, online school, I always stay with her after class. Like, we have like a 15-minute break between each class, and I always stay with her after class to like talk with her about her life and how she's doing over online school, because I know a lot of teachers like struggles with online school. It's a different format and not everyone's like comfortable with it. Simon's like, "Hey, how you doing? How's your husband doing?" Because he also teaches music. Well, she teaches history, but he teaches music. And like, how's her dog? She has a really cute dog. But yeah, I might be a teacher pet, but I don't care. I like connecting with teacher. So, this class, 10 out of 10. The workload is really heavy. Like, you have to take like a lot of notes. Like, incredibly large amount of notes. But it's not too bad. So, New Testament studies. It's not a Bible class. To me, Bible class are the same. Like, they're not that big of a difference. But I did not like the teacher. Is his name also S? Oh my god. I was with this school and hiring S people. Why all S? Anyways, he has good teaching. Like, I can't recall anything that I learned in that class. But I enjoy doing a lot of artwork in this class. Like most of the homework, or I guess classwork, is a lot of like drawing, sometimes writing, but like it's never like an essay. It's more like bullet points and also like taking notes of what you're hearing in class. So it's a really like pass or no pass class. Like I did not get like a C in that class ever. It was really easy. So I did not like the teacher, so I'm just gonna rank it in my man, thank you to my man, because it's not that bad. Principle of engineering. I took this class because I thought I was going to engineering major. I'm not. I'm doing architecture, but this class was fun. I think for the most of it. They hired a new teacher, and my friends like the new person more because the old teacher left. His name is also As. I like the old teacher. He was really kind. But my problem with him is that he always calls on me. Every single time. Even if I don't understand material. Like, why do you always call on me? I don't get it. And another ick with that class is that maybe he changed it, I don't know. Maybe they changed the curriculum. But for me, I have to read 15 pages of the book that we assign. Every day. 15 pages. And I have to take notes on it too. Like, why? Talking about this is giving me PTSD. I literally don't know why that I have to take it. I'm still very pissed about that class. It was so bad to the point that my Google Doc has 1,200 something pages. It was a really long Google Doc. But yeah, ranking this. Lie to pray to my way through class. I also had really bad. I wouldn't say bad, but like my classmate won't do any work. So that was something else. Theater 1. Mrs. D. She is so sweet. I love her. This is the first class that I took that made me fall in love with theater. I took theater class or like acting class in middle school, but I did not really like fall in love with acting until like theater 1. Like I took this class and immediately I was like, I want to go into theater. Like just theater. Like all my elective, I want to do theater. Nothing else. Yeah, great class overall. She also like taught me this, which is a I fail bow. Like every time you read your line wrong, or you did like an acting choice that is not perfect for the scene, and you feel like you didn't accomplish, you just like simply pause. You sit there, you say I fail, and then you bow. Which seems like really stupid, or like it seems pointless. There we go. It seems pointless, but like I really like it. It makes sense to me. So Mrs. D, I love her. I would put this in Snap Girl. Definitely, it's definitely Snap Girl. Oh, I took a private lessons. Miss G, yeah, Miss G. She was really good. Like I love her. She always like asked me like good personal questions. She was like, "Oh, how's your day? How's school going?" Because she doesn't go to my school. Like she's like an off-campus private lesson teacher. I took vocal lessons with her, and I'm pretty sure not all my friends, most of my theater friends took it with her as well. But nothing much to say about her. This is not really a ballet class, but I got credit for it, so it's worth me putting it here. Trig and pre-Calc AB. Mr. C was an interesting teacher. He's a really nice guy. Like most of the students love him. he just cannot teach for his life. Like, I do not recall anything that he teach in class. Like, every time I hit that end meeting Zoom button, I'm always confused. Like, every single day for the entire sophomore year. I'm always confused after I leave the room. And I have to like read the book and then self-study myself, and also watch a lot of like Khan Academy videos, because I would not understand what he's saying. But he does. Will I get my diploma taken back for saying this? Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna say it. But this class, I can't decide. It was definitely not light work. There was a lot of work going to the class, but it's definitely not a hard class. So if I would either put it in light work, no reaction, or lie down pray my way to class, because I did pray my way to this class. Junior year was scary because it's the year that college look at your grade a lot, like a lot, and also your APs, not AP, your SAT score, and also ACT score. I don't know if it still do it this year, but they did it last, like the class before me. So, yeah, first of all, Calc AB, it was a really tough class. So going back to what I said before, like the class can influence another class, and this is what I meant with Calc AB, because I lost my math fundamentals. Like, I lost what I need to go into Calc AB. Like, I lost all the trig and all like stuff I need to know in order to do well in Calc AB. So the first week of like class, I have to take a chapter P, or it's basically a pre-chapter before chapter 1, and I got a D. Like, at that moment I was like, do I have what it takes to take this class? Like, a lot of students coming back from COVID year, they struggle. Like, most of my friends, like, who were taking Calc AB, they dropped it, and my class ended up with 13 people. There was only 13 of us in that class. Most of them were absent, like, or maybe they switched, but I didn't realize. But there were only 13 of us in that class, and we low-key struggled through the AP exam, but we did it. But it was a lot of work. Like, I actually lined up pray my way through this class. Like, ain't no way. AP Language. Mr. E is the funniest teacher I've ever had. One of the funniest. And it's such a tragedy that class of 2024 does not get to experience this, because I love him. Like, he is amazing. Even though I struggle in his class, like, I really do, he still helped me a lot, and I like wrote better essay in his class. Like, I remember getting a 4. Yeah, a lot of 4s in his like practice essay. And then I did get a 2 on the AP exam, but it's whatever. I literally took it after A push, and I did not have any other brain cell. So, but it was really good. There was not a lot of workload. I'm pretty sure now that if y'all take it, you will get Dr. W or Dr. C. I'm pretty sure there's another one, but I don't remember who. But yeah, AP Language, a good class. If you're a non-fiction person and if you love books, you would definitely love this class, because I'm a fictional person. I love my fiction and sci-fi, so I really don't like this class. But yeah. A push. This class get PTSD for all. It's a really heavy content class. Like, I don't think there was one dude in my class who was always chill, and he got an A plus at the end of the year, and I'm like, how the hell? But maybe it's also partially because I'm international, and I don't really know the U.S. history that well. Like, I never grew up learning about it like you guys did in elementary or even middle school. So I'm like, this is really new. But Dr. O, he goes really fast. Like, most of the time I was taking notes and my hands start cracking because he was going too fast with the slides. But aside from all that, he was a really nice teacher. So I would say this category is definitely not like work. Like, you have to put a lot of work into it, and I also have to like read after class a lot of pages to actually understand what was going on. And we have a quiz every single day in that class, so, or every single other day because block schedule. R2, Mrs. D, amazing. She's so funny. I love the class. I could have skipped Art 1 and then go to R2 because I asked my counselor, and then Mrs. D allowed me to go into R2, so yay for her. Just for context, the reason why I get to skip Art 1 is because it was junior year and I wanted to go into interior design at first, and I didn't have any like background in arts, so I asked Mr. King and my counselor to move me to R2 so I can like skip ahead in that progress, if you know what I mean. Like, normally I don't think you can skip a class unless you have like evidence that you like qualify to skip ahead of the level, or maybe you're a teacher pet and you can skip, but that's usually how it goes. Yeah. The project itself is not that bad. We get to do some perspective drawing, some inking. Inking was my favorite. I don't know if I have any picture. I probably do, so I'm gonna put it on the side, like right here, I guess. How do you do this? Like right here. I did that with my inking. I'm not gonna show you any other painting because it was really bad. You can check it out on my Instagram, but I'm not showing you here. But yeah, R2 is definitely Snap Girl. It's definitely Snap Girl. Okay. Next up, graphic design. Mr. B, easily one of the nicest teachers. Easily. Like, if you don't piss him off, you're good to go. If you turn your work on time, you're good to go. His class is super simple. Like, you only learn like the fundamental basics of graphic design, and I really, really wish there's graphic design too, because I did not learn that much in that class. Like, most of the stuff I already knew before I go in, so it's kind of disappointing in that way. But then it's the class that I have before AP Lang and then AP Calc, and then both of the class, no, not really both, but mostly AP Calc has a lot of work, and I mostly use graphic design as my free time class because I finished the assignment in like 20 minutes, which gave me an hour to spare, so I just do my homework in there. And then Mr. Ray was fine with me, so it was a really good class. Definitely Snap Girl. I miss Mr. B. Philosophy of religion. Mr. J, best Bible teacher. Literally best Bible teacher. I still remember going to class first day. I was sitting behind someone, but then we got to switch seat. So yay! And then he literally walked into class. He opened a Google slide and he introduced himself, and he was like, "You guys don't want to be here, do you? Because I don't. I'd rather KMS." And I was like, that's kind of funny. You're my favorite teacher now. But yeah, the class itself was kind of boring. I mean, Mr. likes it. Oh shoot. I'm just gonna mute myself if I ever say a teacher name. I need to mute to the teacher I just said. because I don't want to reveal their identity for a stranger to hear. But yeah, Mr. J, good teacher. Class, not so good. Literally want to fall asleep every single time. But it's definitely like work, no reaction. It's not a hard class. I did most of my homework in that class. Like most of the homework that I got assigned from that class in that class. So you don't have to do any other homework after class. But yeah. Physics, normal. Normal physics was an interesting class with Miss S. Mostly because I don't study for that class. Hey, I studied physics in middle school already, and I learned more physics in Principle of Engineering, or POE. So I low-key sleep in that class. Not really a really good example. While my other friends are studying their AOF for this class, like actually studying for their AOF, I have to like video call them and actually explain the concept. But then she does caught me off guard with like vocabulary questions. So that I'm more of like an equation person, and I'm not really like, oh, what does it mean by having free fall? Or like, what does it mean by acceleration? You know, I'm more of a calculating person. So. But this class, definitely very easy. The workload is not that hard. I mean, the content is not hard and the workload is not that bad. She changed it and she actually applied more AP Physics into that class. Like, it's actually helping you to like prepare for AP Physics, which is what I hoped that she was gonna do for me, but she didn't. That she only changed it until I was a senior. So it's still Snap Girl. I still love her. There are two. I have belief for this class. Not because of the teacher. The teacher was really nice. Mrs. K, I love her. Sometimes she's not the best in like comforting students, but she's still like a good teacher whatsoever. Why I don't want to win this class is that I thought okay, this is my fault on the behalf because I did not read the class description. I don't know if anyone does actually, but I did not read the class description before. That took longer than I expected. Anyways, I did not read the class description, and I did not know that this class was mostly about theater history. I thought it was a continuation of Theater 1. So when I get to the class and then continuing it, I was like, oh my god, like how much do I have to like suffer before I actually finish the year? Like I love like she's putting her best to teach us theater history. I really like what era was that? I don't remember, but it was Elizabethan era, and we get to play with fans and fan language, and it was really cool. Like I really loved it, but yeah, and especially because that class is placed after lunch. Like it was 4th period, and then if you know, after you eat for full stomach and you have to listen to a history lesson, you will not stay awake. Like I was falling asleep, my neck was snapping. Like I would not stay on that chair ever. So this class, literally praying that the bell would ring so I can actually escape. Yeah. World Religion. World Religion is a 2nd semester class of philosophy of religion. Basically, you learn about other world religion. Very self-explanatory. And I like it more than philosophy of religion because it's actually more interesting. And since it's like 2nd semester, barely anyone cares about what they're learning. But I was kind of reading a lot, like we were assigned like pages to read, and I actually focused on reading it and actually understanding what's it saying. So good class. It's still taught by, for me, it was Mr. J. So, it's definitely more interesting in philosophy. So it's probably A, my man. Thank you to my man. Yeah. Senior year. Oh, I have beef with this year. We'll get to it. ASB, or student government. Great class. I love the people. Even though we're kind of like separate into our own like small groups, we still kind of work well together as one class. This is two class. It's 50 people and you split in two. My problem is that those two class, or my class and the other class, don't communicate. The problem is communication. Like, people will be asking me about an event, and I will be like, I don't know. I don't plan it. I have no information on it. Like, why would you ask me? But yeah, the only big event I plan is homecoming. And I kind of effed up that event because I did not really explain that well to Ava. But she took it and she remembered it. So, props to her. But it is a fun class. It's really chaotic if you have something going on with Student Spirit Week or like, I don't know, some kind of student event. But if you don't have anything else going on and you have only like birthdays or like this rally, then it's really chill. Like, you can actually do homework in this class. So, likewise, the reaction. Although this class requires a lot of like off-campus participation, because I have to come on Saturday or like stay back after school a lot to like help with like finishing designing something or help planning or help purchasing products. So self-learning mentoring. It's not a Bible class, so it's either your senior year or your junior year, you split into two. Like, it's either philosophy or you take a service learning class. And I got into mentoring because I did not want to go into mission because my visa expired, and if I go out of the country, I cannot go back in. So that was a problem. And I did not want to deal with kids, so I did not go with outreach. So I got mentoring and I got to like tutor like students on campus. A fun class. I always got to tutor because if I go back and stay back in class, we get like really like heavy lectures and you actually have to write essays on it. Like, essay. The minimum word was like 1,000 for one of the assignments I saw. And I'm like, I am tutoring because ain't no way I'm writing 1,000 words on Bible. Maybe for English, maybe for a book I like, but for Bible, I am not writing 1,000 words. No. But yeah, this class, super fun. There was, I think it was halfway through the year, or like 1/3 way through the year, and outreach reached out to tutoring or mentoring, and they were like, hey, we need some people. Would you like to help? And ironically, I avoided, but I still go anyway. I don't know. It's nice helping people. It's really nice. Like, it takes your minds off homework a lot. Like, I'll be worrying about a test, and then I'll be like helping kids like let them know how to like paint something or do some paper craft or actually learn some science stuff. Like, they did something with dry ice and it was really fun. So I like that. But yeah, it's definitely a my man to my man. Thank you to my man. Yearbook. Wonderful class, I would say. It's a good class. Like, I do not have any complaints. Literally no complaints at all. Actually, no. I have one complaint. This class sucks if you have a really bad teammate. The editors were good. Like, sometimes we disagree on stuff, and sometimes they change the writing or the layout of the design without asking the team, which was kind of annoying. But they're editors. They're in Yearbook for longer, so they probably have more experience. So I don't judge them. The teacher is also Mr. B. I hope that he will continue to teach Yearbook after, because if I do come back to visit, I really want to meet him again in Yearbook. and then give the new student a lecture and be like, go take your photos early because you will not get a second chance. But yeah, another ick for this class. There's no communication. Like, I already emailed Mr. B about this, but then I was like, oh, if you like teach this class again, you need to create a Google Calendar and then make all the students put all the events that they know into it, and then share with the whole class. So if someone cannot go, the other person knows that it's happening, and they can go and take a picture of it or take notes on what happened. So this class, not hard, but actually, yeah, Snap Girl. It's deserving. AP Physics. Mr. N, super nice teacher, like really nice, but he has no idea how to teach. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be really nice, but he cannot teach. Like, literally the first day of class, he asked, what's velocity? And barely anyone knows. And then a lot of people like drop his class because they don't understand what's going on. Like, you have to actually explain it before you go into it. I know we have summer homework, but you cannot just start the class with like asking, oh, what's velocity? What's acceleration? How do we determine the xt, or like how do you get displacement from velocity graph, or how do you get acceleration from velocity graph? Like, no one knows that if you didn't take normal physics. So you have to actually self-study in the summer in order to know that. Studying is a little bad, but anyway, to what I was saying, I know I had a lot of complaint, but it is still an AP class, so it is fair for I won't say his name. It's fair for Mr. N to kind of expect us to know what it is, but my point still stands in AP Physics. I don't know. I feel like it makes sense because an AP class or advanced placement, but it's still kind of like not right. But I struggle with this class a lot. I study like almost every day for this class, and whenever there's a quiz, I study for 3 hours, and then there's a test, I study for 6 hours. So I never really study for any other class besides physics. So this class, even though I love physics, like I'm a physics person, this class is definitely a bombastic side-eye because I cannot deal with like self-studying anymore. AP Micro. Coach G, amazing. He's funny. He really knows how to like teach. Like his style of teaching is really good, but he doesn't really know the content that well. Like, we also kind of self-study for his class, but the workflow and also the test is not that bad. Like, I mostly spoke to you, my friend, this class, so it was really fun. Definitely my favorite class, one of my favorite class in B-Day. I'm just gonna put it here because I spoke to you, my friend in class, and Mr. or Coach G is really chill. Also, what I need to advise you is, if you do take the AP Micro AP exam, really pay attention in class and also like self-study since you first take that class, because it's a second semester or first semester class, and if you have a first semester, start learning or start studying for it first semester, because most of my friends got a 1 or a 2 and they didn't really put effort into it. So if you actually want the AP credit score, actually study for it. Next up, AP Government. I don't know what people say about what's her name? Paige. Suddenly I forgot her name. Wait, what's her name? Oh, Mrs. Miss R. Okay, Miss R. Yeah, I don't know what people talk about her. Like, from freshman through junior year, everyone was like, oh, she's so mean. She's like the worst teacher. Like, if you have AP government your first semester, good luck. And after studying, or actually passing her class, and then going into AP Micro second semester, it was not that bad. Like, for me at least, taking her class gives me the motivation to actually accomplish my college essay. Like, if I take AP Micro first semester, I would feel very, not unmotivated, but not that motivated to do the essay. And then second semester senior year, like, you get that senioritis and you don't want to do any work. And then you have to like sit through a lecture of AP government. And I would not like that. So some people like it that way and I don't. And her lessons are not that bad. Like, she's a really funny person. I talk to her like before class a lot, and then she's always like smiling. So I don't know what the previous class did to her. The only ick I have is that she had COVID before school start, and then she didn't come back until 2 weeks later. But then she still make us like take 3 quizzes before she actually appeared. So that was my ick. But this class, definitely not my favorite, but it's light work, no reaction. R3 honors. Amazing class. Mrs. C. Amazing teacher. She follows me on Instagram, so if she does watch this video, hi Mrs. C. Really miss you. She's an amazing teacher. When I was taking R2, I actually talked to her about transferring to AP Art because I didn't want to take R3 honors. But then I was really scared of her. She gave me a really like scary vibes. So I was like, Miss C, can I skip R3 honor? But then she was like, I can put you in it if it's not full. Because I asked her like at the end of junior year, so it's fair because people already like registered for their class or like asked her before I did, so it's fair. But yeah, the project itself is really good. Like, I actually love doing all the projects. It's just that my brain is I might sound too arrogant for this, but my brain is too creative and it creates like multiple layers and multiple stories into one painting that I actually have to like, I don't know, put it into life. Because on my brain and I cannot use my hand, like, I don't have enough skills to actually do what my brain wants. And it's always turned out bad, but my friends like it, so I will put it here. Yeah, that's one of the painting that has a lot of like deep value meanings, and it took me forever to do, and I have to ask her for help on this project. So, but it's definitely a snap girl, like amazing. Okay, AP Calc, Mrs. Shack, so good. I have a lot of good teachers this year, so God bless. Mrs. Shack is so good at teaching this class. It's basically AP Calc AB, but 2 extra topics that we didn't cover AP Calc AB. I think it was series, like tier series, alternating series, conditionally converging series, and all this stuff, and parametric and something else. Polar. So we learned that stuff in BC that I did not learn in Calc AB. But since I already took Calc AB, I knew most of the stuff from like chapter 1 to chapter, I would say 7. No, yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, chapter 1 to chapter 7, I already learned about it in AP Calc AB. So most of the stuff is already easy for me, and I did not really have to pay attention in class. But then I feel bad if I don't pay attention, so I always just like take notes. But yeah, I do really well in the class. I love all my friends in that class. Like, they're amazing, and some of them were actually from AB to BC, but then most of the underfreshmen were from Trig BC to Calc BC. So, but yeah, Mrs. Shat made the class really fun. The workload though, it was kinda hard. Like she gives a lot of like homeworks and like worksheet to do, and then web assign was really long for some days. Like, it takes me roughly 1 hour to 2 hours to do them, but it's not that bad. Lastly, we have AP Literature. Dr. C, she also teaches AP Lit, but Dr. C is amazing in AP Lit. Like, I think it's her field because it's fiction, and it's also like has a lot of Shakespearean content. So it was so good. Like, the way she talks about it makes me actually want to become a English major, which I'm not. I suck at English, but yeah, the way she goes into detail and like how the words actually like foreshadows or it gives like us a hint about a character, or how it like applies all of like techniques, or what's that word? Literary devices. Yeah, how it applies into that story, and then how you can like dissect it out, and then you actually like knows how to figure it on your own. Like, that's what I learned mostly about that class, or what I can take out from that class. But yeah, this class definitely would recommend. Like, with any teacher, actually. Like, I feel like it's a good class regardless of the teacher. So yeah, there we go. So that's the classes at Valley Christian School. I think they did a pretty good job at teaching us students, or at teaching me at least. Like, I did not really dislike a lot of classes, as you can see, but yeah.